A year ago, I built a full set of custom brake lines for my 1995 Honda Civic. When we started stripping the car down to fully restore it, I noticed the original brake lines were very rusty. Unfortunately, you cannot buy the original brake lines new, and I couldn't find any aftermarket companies that reproduced OEM style hard lines. There are a few that reproduce stainless steel lines, but I really wanted hard lines on the car, so I went out and bought all the tools needed and all the line to make custom brake lines myself. Now, this is my first time doing any type of brake line work or any type of like line flaring or anything like that, and overall I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. During the restoration process, we left the rear brake lines on, but we had to take all the front brake lines off in order to paint the engine bay. Now that the engine bay is painted, we're going to be able to reinstall all the brake lines and finally test out to see if they actually work. Because after building them, we never actually put brake fluid in the system and tested with the brake pedal. So that's what we're going to do in this video. Let's hope it works out. So first, let me show you guys all the stuff I have for the brake system. Over here, I've got a brake booster and master cylinder I got from the junkyard. I got this off of the same car that I got the rear disc brakes from. It was a 4-door Civic EX with ABS. And as you can see, this is a 15/16 master cylinder. So it's not quite 1 inch like the Integra Type R, but this should be very good for a later car such as mine. Maybe it would have been better to have the 1 inch with the K-swap since it's a little heavier, but we'll see how it does. I'm not too picky with brake, to be honest. New front brake calipers. And then I think before I install the brake booster, I'm going to put this master cylinder on. This is a S2000 master cylinder from Hybrid Racing. And then I also got this spacer off of eBay. I don't know, I didn't really like the black Hybrid Racing one, and it like had like an angled piece of it that said Hybrid Racing on it. I thought it was kind of tacky, so I got the just a regular one off eBay. Obviously, there's nothing really to this part. It's just a spacer. So with the Honda S2000 one, you do have to space it out a little bit to get to get it to line up with the clutch pedal. So that is all there. Got some detailing stuff. I'm going to detail up that brake booster. And then I got to look through my parts box and get the gaskets for both of these out of there that go on the firewall. And after we get those installed, we'll see how far we get today. But if I need to do the rest tomorrow, that's no big deal. We'll get those two installed, and then we'll start running the brake lines. Coilover kit actually came with a bracket for the stainless steel braided brake line, and it wasn't lining up at all, and I realized that the shock fork is actually backwards, so I'm just going to swap that around real quick. Okay, so we got the master cylinder on and all of the lines are ran. And this is an Integra RS master cylinder, and that has 2 of the 10mm ports. It's 5/16, so it's a little smaller than the Type R. And you have to get the Integra RS because that is a non-ABS car. If you get an ABS one, it comes with this awkward 12mm port, and you won't be able to find a fitting to go in there. And I know that from experience looking through a junkyard for one. And now we're going to pressurize this brake system with some air, see if we have any leaks. One thing I do have to do as well is take this bigger reservoir off and put the old smaller one on that came on the old original master cylinder for this car, and then we'll be able to fit the pressure bleeder on and pressurize the system, see if there's any leaks, and if there's no leaks, we'll be able to put brake fluid in it.